Okay, good morning. So I have the floor sanded for the second time with the big machines, and I'm starting to clean. And so this section of the floor I mopped, and this is going to give me the best indication of what the floor is going to look like with the finish on it. So after I mop, I want to stand back and look for any swirl marks or marks that the machine left on the floor that I'm going to have to fix with the hand sander. And then over here, we have a little discoloration on the edge here. It's a little bit lighter and then it goes into a little bit darker there. That's from the orbital on the edger and meeting the sander, the big sander. So although probably nobody else will notice it, I notice it. There's only a couple places. Sometimes it's because I use a different grit on the orbital and it meets the different grit on the main floor. So I'm going to take the little hand sander and just fine tune it. And then I got a little bit of swirl mark over here by the corner, which I'm going to fix. So anyways, so this is now day 3 working on the floor, sanding the floor, then not counting scraping the tile and scraping the tar paper and all that stuff. So just sanding the floor, this is day 3. So with the hand sander, I need to do the corners that the orbital didn't get. So I have a little bit of a lip here that I have to do with the hand sander, and then any other edges or corners. And then again, I have to do under the cabinet. I have about 1 inch under the cabinet that I'm gonna have to do by hand, and then that corner in there by hand, and then fix that piece on the trim there. So as far as using the big machines, I'm done. I'm gonna start wiping down the walls, which I did in there already. I wiped all the walls down, the windows I wiped quickly, and then vacuumed everything, and then mopped to see what I have left to do. So this is where we're at, and it looks good, but that, like I said, mopping is the best indication, especially if you're not going to use a color on your floor before you put the final coat of finish on. So I'm not going to use a color. This is what the floor color will be after I apply the finish, and that I'm happy with that. So it will look very nice, and just the floor alone, I'm going to say probably cost me about $1,000 to do. The sander came out to be $300 and something for the rental and the paper. The paper is the most expensive. The big rolls there are anywhere between $15 and $20 a piece, and I had to use all of the 36 grit papers to get it the black off the floor. So that was the majority of it, was getting the tar paper off the floor. So there we are. There's going to be today. I'm going to mop and clean. And even though I still have to use the hand sander, it doesn't blow the dust as far into the air, and I won't have to use it that much. I'm going to end up doing this by hand, which really the dust stays local as much as, you know, it can be controlled locally with that little bit of sanding there, and it's going to take me a while because I have to lay down and do it by hand. So there we have it. So this is my floor, and